Hi, I'm Bryan at WJFW TV12 in Rhinelander, Wisconsin, and here's my demo track. I'm routed, AFD is up. You got the open, the cold. Anchor 2 mics are up. And cue.
Democrats and Republicans reached a deal today to help the economy bounce back.
And part of it includes a rebate check for most Americans. This is our top story tonight on Newswatch 12 at 6.
And
Good evening, everyone. I'm Austin Bryan.
Yeah, I'm Terry Kelly. Thanks for joining us tonight.
President Bush is praising a bipartisan economic stimulus package that will give most taxpayers refunds of $600 to $1,200. Some will get more if they have children.
This bill involves tax rebates and business tax cuts to help boost the sluming economy. Newswatch 12's Kelly Larson
Sports mic is up.
to tell us if one local economist thinks this will help jumpstart our country.
Bryan and Terry, after tense negotiations between congressional leaders and the White House, over 117 million families around the country are qualified to receive rebates as part of the economic stimulus package. So what this means to you as individuals who pay income taxes will get up to $600, working couples $1,200. But is this enough to help boost the slumping economy?
Roll package, video's up. AFD's up, mic is clear.
Congress and the President are pretty much in agreement that they want to do tax rebates.
Nicolay economics teacher Laurel Norton says she's not a big fan of tax rebates because she doesn't think they work.
They're more a political move than they are an economic move.
When Norton says although the economy is moving in a downward spiral, the $100 billion economic stimulus package isn't enough.
Spent every dime of the tax rebate they got.
Well, we should recommend
it could make a difference, but people are likely going to pay.
I mean, we could just,
Bush adds they might save it.
Most economists have been anticipating this because of the bubble in the housing market and that we knew there was a correction coming.
Some Nicolay students don't agree with the premise like Laura Norton. They think it'll help as soon as they get their rebate and they plan on spending it.
I think that this is a great place to start. Indeed's not going to help much, but I mean, what else can we do at this point?
I think our country's so far in debt. I don't think it'll do a big difference, but I think it can help a little bit.
So we asked some students what they'll do with a little extra green.
I'd either save it or I'd put it down on a nice down payment on a car.
$600. I'd probably get a new computer, TV, and stereo.
And that's just the jolt the White House seems to be hoping for.
Sports mic is up. And cue.
Congressional aides say they hope checks should go out as early as June. Bryan and Terry.
Terry's mic's up.
Cue. Kelly, we're trying to be sure to start our day with some bitterly cold temperatures. In fact, some areas will started 2 hours later because of the cold temperatures.
Another day in the deep freeze. Chief Meteorologist Luke Sanford joins us now live from the weather deck to tell us what we can expect for later tonight. Luke?
And cue.
Terry, that's why it looks like we're going to hit below 0 once again easy tonight, but last night it was very cold out there. In fact, it's probably the second coldest night so far this winter season. Here are some of those low temperatures around north central Wisconsin. We're talking 27 below for Phillips, 25 below out in Hayward, but looking closer to home, 20 below for Tomahawk.
I see one, Terry.
For Stevens Point. We're not going to get that cold for tonight. Right now, we generally have temperatures in the single digits. We'll have our temperatures fall through the 0 mark and then into the single digits below 0 towards 10 o'clock, probably bottoming out around 10 below 0. So 0 degrees at 8 o'clock, 2 below at 10 p.m. Much more to your forecast in just a little bit, including a warm-up. Give you the details on that in just a little bit. Terry?
And cue Terry.
Thanks, Luke. And Governor Jim Doyle
C2 Becca OTS is coming up.
A long-time issue of
funding,
which lawmakers require all insurance companies to cover.
Stand by Sports mic.
Newswatch 12's Rebecca
Sports mic is
up.
up.
One Northwoods
Stand by 2.
Says families should not have to wait for autism treatment and care. Rebecca?
Cue Rebecca.
Terry, in May, I met one family from Tomahawk who was waiting on the list for a state autism waiver, which would allow them to get treatment for their autistic son. In June, the wait was over, but today I sat back down with them. They say there are still over 300 people waiting for the waiver. Governor Doyle's push for insurance coverage would end the long wait.
Roll package. Package is up.
No.
XCG, kill Mike.
What is that? Is that Elmo?
4-year-old Nate Leverance of Tomahawk looks as happy as can be, playing with Elmo or sitting down with his autism therapist for a lesson on color.
This jump trigger is either...
Very good. What
But Nate's mom, Heather, says daily activities like these weren't always this smooth.
In May, we talked, and he didn't talk. No, he's talking.
Heather says a lot of Nate's chitter-chatter comes from intensive therapy. Therapy which over 300 children right now in Wisconsin are unable to benefit from because they're waiting for a state autism waiver.
Once a family gets a diagnosis for their child that has autism, that's heartbreaking enough. Then for them to find out that yes, there's services out there to treat this, but then they have to wait for 2 years to receive them, that's just another heartbreak for them.
We were on a wait list for about 11 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But my understanding that wait list was longer.
Although relieved Nate is no longer on a wait list for treatment, Heather emphasizes with families still waiting. She and the Wisconsin Early Autism Project hope Governor Jim Doyle's push requiring all insurance companies to cover autism treatment will pass the state assembly.
We can only hope that it does, that the legislators will take a look at this and see how urgent of an issue this is and start acting on it now.
My hope is that he's really pushing for it. There's a lot of kids that don't get treatment and are just going to fall through the cracks and just not get the treatment.
Can you say bye and wave? Bye. Treatment so more kids like Nate will be able to smile just as bright and love just as much.
Alright, Mike is up, and cue Rebecca.
Aaron Judeman with the Wisconsin Early Autism Project says if
hand
the
right on
proposal
one.
passes, families with insurance will get the treatment they need, while those uninsured
There you
will
go,
still be
perfect.
able to use the autism waiver with a much shorter wait time to access it. Doyle says the autism insurance coverage is still an issue because of the opposition from insurance companies and Republicans in the
Terry's
assembly.
mic's up.
Terry?
And cue Terry.
Thanks, Rebecca. And that takes us to tonight's web poll.
Web
Should
poll's
the state
up.
of Wisconsin
C2
require
Osafari.
all insurance companies to cover autism? Log on to our
92,
website at
93.
WJFW.com and
Heart
tell us
check.
what you think. We'll have the results
and
tonight
right.
on Newswatch 12 at 10.
And hit it. Cue
In other
Osafari.
news tonight, how safe is your private well water that you and your family drink every day? The Oneida County Health Department and UW Stevens Point
Well,
want to help you find out. Now to
it is up.
February 4th, Oneida County residents can pick up a testing kit at the health department. You must take the water sample on the court and then return it the same
Stand by
day.
side.
The samples will then be sent to UW Stevens Point where they will be analyzed for dangerous germs and chemicals which can
Roll.
make people sick.
He's up. Nice and clear.
Coliform bacteria can cause illness,
Wow.
usually stomach illness, and the nitrates can cause miscarriage, sometimes birth defects.
Stand by Osafari's
So
mic.
pregnant women really need to be concerned about the nitrate level in their drinking water.
Full screen's up. Cue Osafari.
There is a $38 fee to
Three,
test your
kill
well water.
AV.
The health department is open from 8 to 4:30 for
I got
drop-offs.
it.
On February
Stand by
27th,
two.
residents are
C2 is
encouraged
good.
to attend an educational meeting on the water quality results. That will take place at the Oneida County Law Enforcement Center.
And two's up.
Well, state senators were in the Northwoods today to get some feedback on the statewide emergency VHS rules. VHS, or viral hemorrhagic septicemia, is a deadly fish disease that causes fish to bleed to death internally. It's threatening
Roll.
Wisconsin's fish population. Senator Roger Bresky and Senator
Video's
Majority
up.
Leader Russ Stecker listened to
Let's see,
some concerns today about the VHS rules and how they impact anglers here in the Northwoods. Bresky says he objects to the statewide rule because he says VHS doesn't affect lakes here in the area.
He's
We
up.
wanted to hear what people in the Northwoods had to say. Some say the rules are for
Ten's up.
business.
On that particular lake, we are not catching the number of fish that we need to catch for our clients, so we want to go to another lake. If we do that, now, the way the law wants to be written, we have to throw all those minnows away and kill them.
And we'll take it back to the chair of the Natural Resources Committee,
Stand by
show them
mic.
what the people think about this up here,
Mike.
and hoping that we will do the same, try to revise it so we don't have to go through all these stringent rules
Mike.
that were in this bill.
Cue.
Currently, the bill to make the rules permanent
Tilt down
has
on
been
one.
sent back to the DNR because some state lawmakers think the rules should only take effect where the virus
Stand
is
by one.
evident and the surrounding areas.
And one is up.
Well, coming up in Newswatch 12 at 6, if you can draw an ice cream cone, you might be better at geography than you think.
Roll.
What's coming up?
Plus, we'll take a look at the newest films coming out in theaters this weekend.
Keep
First,
up.
here's a look at today's closing numbers on Wall Street.
Stock watchers up. Kill Mike. Full. And next CG. sake,